Hello everyone, myself is Divya Bahel, Assistant Professor in Chemical Engineering Department at LJ Institute of Engineering and Technology. The subject which I am going to take is petroleum refining and petrochemicals. So moving forward with the chapter which we discussed in the last, that is first basics of petroleum. Now the next topic which you will study is classification of crude oil. So your crude is classified on the basis of the components present in it, the type of hydrocarbons which are present. So that are first paraffin. It is a single bond component. It is a single bond hydrocarbon present. It means it is also known as saturated. Okay, no double bond, triple bond is present. All the bonds between the carbons are saturated and they are saturated with hydrogen. For example, butane. You can see no double bond is present between the carbons. All the bonds which the carbon might have been sharing, if it would have been double bond, is being saturated with hydrogen. So this is paraffin. These are also called as straight chain hydrocarbon because they are in straight line. No isomerization is there, no linking is there, hence it is also called as straight chain. Second type, olefins. So what are olefins? These are the hydrocarbons in which double or triple bond is present. The double or triple bond presence is also known as the unsaturation. This unsaturation makes this olefins very reactive. It has the tendency to react so as to get saturated. Example is ethylene. Olefins are used mainly in petrochemicals industry. Ethylene is a petrochemical form. Ethylene on polymerization gives polythene. So you can see ethylene is raw material which is used in polythene industry. Okay, hence olefins are generally used. Olefin based crude oil is used when petrochemicals is concerned. Moving forward, another type of hydrocarbons that are present in the crude oil is known as naphthalene. Now what are naphthalene? These are also known as ringed paraffin. It means they are cyclic in nature, also called cycloparaffins. Okay, cycle form is there, but they are saturated. Okay, from the figure you can see double bond is not shared between the carbon atoms, but their structure is cycling in nature. They are saturated with hydrogen. Just the only difference is it is not straight chain paraffin. These are cyclic paraffins. For example is cyclohexane. Now next form is aromatics. So what are aromatics? These are, the simplest form is the 6 carbon ring. A ring structure is formed just like cyclic paraffins, but here all bonds are unsaturated. All the bonds, note down. Double bond fluctuates from different positions. Okay, example is aromatic. See, that fluctuation of double bonds is called as resonance. So resonance between double bonds takes place in aromatic. Now this resonance makes benzene very reactive in nature. Okay, so this is a basic example of aromatics. Now aromatics burn with smoke. Okay, they liberate too much amount of smoke, but they are also present in crude oil in significant amount. So see, we need to know what kind of hydrocarbons are present in the crude oil so as to make a perfect blend that is suitable for the transportation or other uses. Now that was about your classification of crude oil. Now the next topic which we would cover, and it is in your first chapter, is the crude assay analysis. See, this gives you a detailed analysis about your crude. It's all properties, the parameters within which those properties must lie. Take an example. When you go for a blood checkup in the laboratory, okay, your blood report, the like hemoglobin content, your lipid, everything, etc. What are these? Those are the certain parameters and it has a certain range. And if you are within it, you are healthy. So that is the way this is the crude assay analysis is for crude. There are certain properties about which you have to know and it must be within its limit. So why we do crude assay analysis? What is it? See, a crude assay is essentially a detailed evaluation of crude oil feedstock conducted by a petroleum testing laboratory. So certain tests are assigned which are done by this petroleum testing laboratory. Okay. So why we need to know crude assay analysis? Okay. You need to know it for product yield. What would be the yield of your product? Okay, the quality, product specification. See, all these parameters have a certain limit, a range. Okay, for example, like we are talking about the quality. In further lectures, you will study like sulfur is an impurity. Okay, the lower the sulfur amount, it increases the quality. Similarly, octane number for gasoline. Okay, higher the octane number, it increases the quality of your fuel. So see, these are certain parameters which you have to keep in mind. Now, why we need to know it? See, this enables us to take some important decisions. When you blend your, when you make a blend, for suppose Euro 5 is the latest blend which is to be launched in India. Okay. Now, based on the weather conditions, the extremities in Indian country, in this country, we need to take certain decisions. Like when we are talking about the cold weathers. So what must be the parameters like pour point, cloud point. Okay, so we need to take certain important decisions. Now these pour point, then octane number, etc. would be studied for different fractions in later lectures. This is just for information. Now, what else do we study in crude assay analysis? We study distillation characteristics like TBP, true boiling point, ASTM distillation, equilibrium flash vaporization. This would be covered in next lecture. So distillation characteristics is also the one of the important part which you have to calculate in crude assay analysis. Or you can say it is the most important part of crude assay analysis, to know the boiling range. Okay, when you distill your crude in a petroleum fraction, in your petroleum refinery, okay, in refining, when you are subjecting your crude to refining, a boiling range is there. Starting from the top product to the bottom product, a boiling range is there. To know that boiling range, distillation characteristics like ASTM distillation, true boiling point, EFV, such tests are carried out. Now with some of the physical properties which are evaluated in crude assay analysis. First, degree API gravity. Okay. Now it is a measure of how heavy or light a petroleum liquid is compared to water. Okay, it tells about the density of your crude oil. Again, it is a dimensionless quantity. It is used to compare densities of petroleum liquids. Okay, for various you can compare densities of various crude fractions also, like about gasoline, diesel, or with respect to crudes from different areas. Okay, crude oil properties also varies with topology. Topology means with change in space, what is the change in properties, like the crude of Middle East would be different than crude of India. So you can use such parameters to compare the results. Now what is the formula? It is 141.5 upon specific gravity minus 131.5. Specific gravity, what is specific gravity? It is density of a liquid upon density of water. So see, this makes as both numerator and denominator density, hence this is a dimensionless quantity. Now, you can see from the equation, your API gravity is inversely proportional to specific gravity. Okay, so what does it mean? If you are talking about light crude, okay, less dense crude, then your API gravity would be more. If you are talking about heavy crude, high dense crude, then your API gravity would be low. For refining purpose, we prefer light crude, okay, because more fractions can be produced, which are most required, like light naphtha, gasoline. These are the most used kind of fractions of crude which are used in day-to-day life. Second, correlation index. Again, this is useful for evaluating individual fractions of crude oil. Okay. Now it is same as Watson characterization factor. What is Watson characterization factor? You will learn later. So it tells about what is the structure or what is the majority of hydrocarbon present in it. Suppose we can see, if your correlation index is 0, it means the crude has mostly straight chain. Okay, straight chain like paraffins are there. Okay, if your correlation index is about 100, it means aromatics are present in majority. Now what is Watson characterization factor? It correlates boiling point with specific gravity. So this is your Watson characterization factor. Now with different type of hydrocarbons in present, you get this factor in a range. Okay. For example, see, if the paraffinic crude is there, paraffinic crude means paraffins are present in bulk, majority, then your Watson characterization factor would be from 12 to 13. Similarly, if naphthenic crude is there, if naphthenes are present, naphthenes of what? Cyclohexane, cycloparaffins, okay? Ring paraffins. Then 10 to 5 to 12.5 is the Watson characterization factor. Similarly, for aromatics, it is 9 to 10.5. So see, it relates boiling point with the specific gravity. Now residue composition. See, crude is classified on basis of the residue material leaves behind distillation of crude oil. Okay, after distillation in end, what is the composition of your residue? Based on that, your crude can again be distinguished. If I am talking about a paraffinic crude, okay, if my residue has more than 5% of paraffin present in it, then it is paraffinic crude. So what we are talking about, in the residue which is obtained in the bottommost part of the tower, if the paraffin concentration is more than 5%, then your crude is paraffinic crude. Similarly, what is if your residue concentration is less than 2%, okay? If in residue, if your paraffin concentration is less than 2%, then that crude is naphthenic crude. Now what is mixed base crude? If your paraffin concentration is between 2 to 5%, then your crude is mixed base, that is, it is between paraffin and naphthenic. Now about aromatics, see, aromatics are present and olefins, they are present not in bulk quantity. So we are just dividing the crude based on the percentage of paraffin present, because it is present in majority. So that was for today's lecture. In next lecture we will learn about distillation characteristics like true boiling point apparatus, ASTM distillation, EFV, and various types of average boiling points on basis of which the boiling point of your crude fractions are stated. Thank you.